Can you hear me?
Okay, good evening, everyone. It is 6:30 p.m., so I'm going to call this meeting to order. Can we have a roll call, please?
Ilson,
Here.
Nystrom,
Here.
Teven,
Here.
Pritchard,
Here.
Melhouse.
Here. Okay, we're going to start the meeting out by noticing that we have a whole lot more people here than normal, which is good because I don't think there's anything controversial on the agenda tonight. So with that said, I think I'm going to turn things over to Mr. Collins and Mr. Byam, because I believe we have a lot of kids that need to be recognized.
Yes, I'm going to attempt to share in here. This is an opportunity for us to recognize some of our achievements from activities this past fall. We've got several visitors here in the auditorium, as well as those watching on the internet out in the community. Some highlights for us and some students, families that we'd like to recognize. First of all, Carly Carpenter auditioned virtually for All-State Chorus and made it. And I'd like to, I believe Carly is the first participant since I've been here in Boone that we've had in the All-State Chorus. Unfortunately, they weren't able to have that this past fall, the All-State Festival, but Carly has been recognized as a participant from Boone. Her parents, Jason and Annie Carpenter, and Carly will continue to participate in our musicals and in our band, and will be Belle here in this spring in our musical. So congratulations to Carly. Next, we had a very successful swimming and diving season with a very large state qualifying team for Coach Chris Mann, a lot of seniors and some sophomores. So that not only is a great way for those seniors to finish out their last year, but also an encouraging group of sophomores coming up that will add to that. First is JC Flockhart, parents Ronna Crook and Trent Flockhart. JC is a sophomore and was a all-conference diver and also a state qualifier. JC actually was the regional champion for diving in our region for West Des Moines Valley and the Fort Dodge, coming out first and many others. So congratulations to JC, and her future is very bright with diving as a sophomore.
And if any of them are here, please stand up when they're talking about you so we know who to recognize.
Next, we have Emily Wingert. Emily is a senior swimmer for us. She's a state qualifier in the 200 medley relay, the 200 free relay, and the 400 free relay. She was second team all conference in the 50 free and 200 free, and first team all conference in the 200 medley and 400 free relays. Emily's been a senior leader for us. She will also be participating in track this upcoming season, and most recently signed with Dordt College to go high jump. So congratulations to you, Emily, and her parents, Todd Wingert and Martha Carter. Congratulations. Next, we have sophomore Anna Goody, parents Rusty and Sherry Goody. Anna's a sophomore and a state qualifier in the 200 medley relay, the 50 free, the 100 free, and the 200 free relay. First team all conference in 100 free, 200 medley, and 400 free relays, and second team all conference in the 200 free. So congratulations, Anna, another sophomore that has a lot to aspire to in her next couple of years. Congratulations, Anna. Next, we have Reagan Peter. Reagan's another one of our senior leaders. Parents Mark and Jen Peter. Reagan was a state qualifier in the 100 breaststroke. as well as the 200 medley relay. Was also first team all conference in the 100 breaststroke and the 200 medley relay. Reagan also recently signed to continue her swimming career and academic career at Luther College. So congratulations, Reagan, on a great senior year, and she'll continue to participate for us in the spring seasons. Marin Powell, another senior, parents James and Angela Powell. Here, Marin's probably still at practice. I know she's also, is she here, Marin? Oh, very good. There you are. Marin's also serving as the manager for the boys swim team this season. She's got a busy winter with that as well as drill team. Marin was a state qualifier in the 200 free relay and the 400 free relay, second team all conference in the 100 free and 200 free, and first team all conference with her 400 freestyle relay team. Congratulations, Marin. Sierra Sherry. Sierra is the daughter of Dave and Kate Sherry. Sierra is a sophomore. She was a state qualifier in the 400 free relay team, honorable mention in all conference for the 200 free relay, and second team all conference for the 500 free relay, or 500 free individual, and the 200 free relay. Congratulations, Sierra Sherry, on your accolades, and a couple more exciting years to come. I know Sierra's here somewhere. There you go. Savannah Heldenbrand. Savannah, I think you're here. I thought I saw you. Very good. Savannah's another one of our senior leaders. State team alternate, and honorable mention all conference in the 500 free and 200 free. Savannah, we were, had to deal with some COVID things, so I know it was a difficult end to her senior year, but it was great that she had the opportunity to join us on the state team, and something that's well deserved and that she definitely worked for. So congratulations to you and for your resiliency with that. Thank you, Savannah, and best of luck to you. Sophia Santee. I don't know if Sophia's here or not. Okay. Sophia was also a part of our girls swim state swim team as an alternate, and placed in several events in the conference meet as well. Another one of our strong group of seniors that really provided a lot of leadership for us this fall. Congratulations, Sophia. She is the daughter of Sean Santee and Jesse Clark. Congratulations. Savannah, I forgot to recognize your parents. Charles and Dana Hildebrand, I know you're here. Congratulations and thank you for being here. Another sophomore for us, Lexi Gradeville. Lexi is the daughter of Steve and Sue Gradeville. She was a state qualifier in the 400 free relay, honorable mention all conference in the 100 backstroke, and second team all conference in the 200 IM and the 200 free relay. Congratulations to Lexi. Julia Brooks is another sophomore, all-state team alternate, honorable mention all conference 100 free, and second team all conference 100 backstroke. Her parents are Brett and Jen Brooks. Congratulations, Julia, on your sophomore season. And finally, Alizarin Pirtle, Liz Pirtle, state qualifier in the 200 medley relay, the 50 free, the 200 free relay, and the 100 backstroke. Liz was first team all conference in the 50 free, 100 back, 200 medley, and 400 free. Another big senior leader for us, and Liz signed to participate in swim at UNI. It's a great honor for her moving forward to be a representative of Boone at the University of Northern Iowa. Congratulations, Liz, and your parents, Eric and Allison Pirtle.
Normally at this point we'd have all the swimmers, and by the way, Carly, I'm sorry I didn't see you back there earlier. We have y'all come up and the board would shake hands with everyone, and Mrs. Westrom used to hug all of her former students. Well, because of COVID, we're gonna have to have you guys wait out there. Congratulations for all that you've done. Thanks for coming tonight. Now, I believe we have some volleyball and football players to honor.
Correct. Moving on to volleyball, honorable mention all conference setter, sophomore Natalie Danner. Her parents are Jason and Monica Danner. Natalie's busy with basketball this winter, and hopefully will be running track and playing softball for us in the spring, in the summer as well. So congratulations to Natalie as a young member of our volleyball team. Lily Lyons was also recognized as an all-conference volleyball player for honorable mention as a front row player, middle hitter for our volleyball team. Lily's mother is Erin Canfield. Congratulations to Lily on having a great senior season. Congratulations. And finally, for volleyball, senior libero Kinsey Zinnel. First team all conference, unanimous first team all conference in a very difficult competitive conference. First team all district, and for the second year in a row, honorable mention, which equals to third team 4A all state. So Kinsey will also be going in our athletic hall of fame for her last 2 years of being recognized as honorable mention 4A all state. Kinsey's parents are Shannon Zinnel and Mark Zinnel, and this marks the fourth year for Kinsey as a starter and all conference selection for volleyball. Congratulations to Kinsey. As we move to football, we have several all district nominations that we'd like to recognize. We had a large group of seniors that provided a lot of leadership for us in a transitional year and what ended up being a very difficult district as we looked through the playoffs. So really put us in a good spot. One of our returning leaders will be Jaden Engel, who was honored as a junior first team all district linebacker. Jaden's parents are Travis and Teresa Engel. Jaden's busy with wrestling season right now and will be a very important piece for us in many programs as he moves to be a senior next year. Congratulations, Jaden, on your honor for football. Joining Jaden on the first team, voted on by coaches for all district, is Tegan Bach. Tegan's parents are Josh Bach and Heather Addy. Tegan was first team all district wide receiver and defensive back. It's his second year on all district. Congratulations to Tegan, who's playing basketball and will be running track in the seasons to come. So congratulations, Tegan, on your accolades for football. And our third first team all district selection includes senior Garrison Fries. Garrison's parents, Paul and Heather, and I think I saw them here. There you are. Thanks for being here. Garrison was a captain for us, provided great leadership for our football team as a senior. I think I can hear the buzzer sounding, so I know Garrison is with Tegan, still in basketball practice right now, but a quality young man that helped lead our program and will be sorely missed. So congratulations to Garrison Fries on being selected as a first team all district member for football. The coaches also choose honorable mention all district, which each team gets selections, and our coaches vote on this. And I think it shows a lot that all four of these are seniors in the way they stuck out their football career and led our program. First is Cole Burge, all district honorable mention as an athlete, played defensive back, wide receiver, some quarterback, and anything that the team would need. Cole's parents are Brian and Catherine Burge, and congratulations to Cole, and we hope that he'll be pitching for us this summer as well and out on the baseball field. Sam Friend and his parents, Kelly and Lori Friend. Sam was an all-district honorable mention player, played on our O-line as well as linebacker alongside Jaden, and Sam provided a lot of leadership for us and would always give his best effort. So great honor for Sam. I know he's looking to play football in college somewhere as well. So best of luck to him and congratulations on his senior year. Next, Garrett Mcknight, Garrett was another one of our seniors that really bought in and did anything that the coaches asked him to do. Was all district honorable mention as a wide receiver and defensive back. Garrett will be playing soccer for us this spring. Had a great senior year, and we congratulate him and his parents, Casey Kathman and Garrett Mcknight, on his all district honor. And finally, Marcus McPartland. Marcus is the son of Heidi and Jim McPartland. Marcus was an all-conference, all-district honorable mention as a wide receiver and defensive back, and Marcus continues to develop as a player. I know he has interest in playing at the next level as well. You know, in football, he's also playing for us. So finally, congratulations to Marcus McPartland. That ends our fall recognition for some of our athletics and activities for this fall. I think one thing that is exciting about this is there's a good mix of upperclassmen and underclassmen recognized in this group, as well as students that participate in multiple activities. I think you can go down this list and, you know, not only are they playing fall sports, but they're also playing winter, or they're involved in activities. They're singing choir, playing in the band. And there'll be kids that we'll rely on throughout the rest of the school year. It's been a crazy fall for these kids, and so for them to accomplish and receive these accolades in kind of an awkward and uncomfortable time is really a tribute to them and our program. So I congratulate all these kids and thank them for their dedication throughout the season.
Thank you very much, Mr. Collins, and thank you very much for all those kids for coming tonight and their parents who have done a yeoman's effort over the years, making sure they're at practices, following them on the 50-mile, 100-mile road trips, etc. So thank you very much. Everyone is welcome to stay. I can't figure out why none of the students ever want to come and get a civics and government lesson for the next hour and a half. But could there be, maybe there's a football game or something later on tonight? I don't know. Thank you, folks, very much. And Mitch, can we make sure the record adds Lexi Gradville on the list? She wasn't on the agenda. Just make sure. Thank you very much. Okay, we are now going to move on for the consideration of the agenda. Ms. Trupa, any changes, additions, subtractions from the agenda?
No, I think that the agenda is what we need to address tonight.
Thank you very much. I'll entertain a motion for approval of the agenda as printed.
I would motion to approve the agenda as printed.
Second.
Okay, I believe Mr. Athlon moved to approve the agenda. Dr. Nystrom, did you get your hand in there to say second or not? I saw you trying.
Mrs. Teven did.
Okay, Mrs. Teven seconded that motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Okay. The agenda passes as printed unanimously. Next on the agenda is the consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion to consider the consent agenda.
I'll move to accept the consent agenda, except on the budget. There is a bill for Boone County Family Medicine for $154 under the general fund, and also under the general fund, Pritchard Brothers for $206.20. And under the physical plant levy, there is a bill for Pritchard Brothers for $3,654.96.
Second.
Because moved by Ms. Stevens, secondary by Mr. Pritchard, to approve the consent agenda as printed, except with extract the Boone County Family Medicine bill of $154 and the Pritchard's bill of $206.20 from the general fund, and from the Pebble fund, the Pritchard's bill of $3654.96. Any other discussion or questions about anything else on the consent agenda? Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda as discussed, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Now I'll entertain a motion for either of the other abstracted issues.
I move to approve the Boone Family Medicine bill for $154.
Second.
Good, been moved by Mr. Pritchard, seconded by Mrs. Nystrom to approve the Boone County Family Medicine bill for $154. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Nay. And I will abstain from that vote. Motion passes 4-0. Now there's two more motions, and let's take those together, please.
I'll move to accept a bill for Pritchard Brothers from the general fund for $206.20 and from the physical plant levy for $3,654.96.
Okay, is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Okay, it's moved by Ms. Stevens, seconded by Mr. Elfman to approve the Pritchard's bill of $206.20 from the general fund and from the Pebble fund of $3,654.96. Is there any further discussion on either one of these bills? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Abstaining?
Aye.
Okay, that motion passes with 4 yes votes and abstention from Mr. Pritchard. Okay. As we move on through now, item 1 on is now the public hearing for the calendar draft. At this time, I will call the public hearing to order. Okay, Ms. Tripp.
So in your documents, you have 3 drafts, and these drafts have been shared with both the district leadership team and our School Improvement Advisory Council. And we received some feedback on the different drafts that were presented. At this point, given the feedback that we received, one being that there is interest in trying a built-in snow day in the calendar. That's something that was suggested by the district leadership team and then reiterated at the School Improvement Advisory Council that they'd like to see how that might operate to have a built-in snow day. And then also the ability to have maybe a shorter winter break to allow for more leeway at the end of the year to have the end of the year end earlier, so that if there were other snow days that needed to be made up, that we would still potentially be able to end the school year prior to Memorial Day. This is actually a really good calendar to, calendar 3 is the one that meets both of those criteria. And it's a really good year to do this in that the calendar just follows it's a lot more friendly to trying out a built-in snow day than some of our other calendars. Memorial Day is a little bit later, and starting school on August 23rd just gives us the flexibility to try some of what was suggested at these 2 meetings in the next calendar year. So given the feedback that we received, the recommendation would be calendar 3.
Okay. Is there we heard any written comments about this? Is there any comments from the audience? I will also go to participants. Do we have any comments in the chat room? I do not see any comments at this time. Okay. I believe this is for a hearing today, and then we approve it next month, if I remember right.
We'll approve it tonight.
We can approve it tonight. Okay. We can approve that. Okay, good. Okay. Any further discussion? Okay, I will therefore entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Is there a second to the motion to close the public hearing?
Second.
Okay, it's moved by Mr. Stevens, seconded by Mr. Pritchard to close the public hearing. That does not require a roll call vote, does it? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Okay. Now, is there any further discussion, or would anyone like to make a motion?
Julie, just to confirm, the draft 3 was what was suggested, I guess, or what would fit some of those boxes and criteria that was discussed?
That's correct.
I would motion to approve the 2021-2022 Boone Community School District calendar draft number 3.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. It's been moved by Mr. Elfin and seconded by Dr. Nystrom to approve the school calendar number 3 as presented and published. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. The motion therefore passes unanimously. Next on the agenda is the modified supplemental amount for dropout prevention and at-risk report. Ms. Tripa.
So this is something that you do review every year, and it allows us to have the authority to spend the amount of $712,200 for the dropout prevention at risk for fiscal year 22. And so I would recommend approval.
Okay. Is there any further discussion, questions about this topic?
Could you repeat that amount again?
Yes, $712,200.
This is calculated by some state formula, is it?
Correct.
Then do we have a spreadsheet yet as far as where this is going to go, or are we still working to find that?
We use this funding for a lot of things. We use it for our YSS supports. We use it for our Edmonton program, our 25% of our guidance counselors. We use our reading associates, and then we use our SR out of these funds too. A couple of years ago, the state made it easier. So now we just have to pass the modified supplemental amount for these funds. So they made it easier on us.
Okay, so we don't have to have all the budget numbers.
Nope.
Because one time we had to have those, and I wanted to make sure that.
Yep, I think last year was the first year they made it easier.
Okay.
Thank you. Any further discussion, comments? Okay, hearing no further discussion. All those in favor of adopting the modified supplemental amount for dropout prevention and at risk of $712,200? Oh, is there a motion? I thought we had one. Is there a motion to approve this?
I move to approve the modified supplemental amount for dropout prevention and at-risk programming.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded by Dr. Nystrom and Shelton to approve the modified supplemental amount for dropout prevention in at-risk youth of $712,000 to $712,200. All those signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Next is the musical drama ticket prices. Ms. Tripa, Mr. Collins.
Yes, I'm actually going to let Mr. Collins speak to this because he can speak to the history behind the ticket sales and also as to the need for us changing the admission ticket prices. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Collins.
Okay, would you like me to share that? Okay. Just speaking to the document that's been shared, I would like for us to consider raising our admission fee for our musical productions. Just doing a comparability study with the surrounding districts. We continue to charge $5 for admission for both our play and our musical, and working with Mr. Lewis over the span of about 5 to 10 years, the activity fund for our drama department has steadily declined of the money that we had in place there. And I think kind of the upping the ante a little bit as far as production value and having a musical every year instead of every other year has kind of had an impact there. And if any of you have come to our last couple of musicals, the set and the performance value is very good. And a lot of work gets put into that, not only by the students, but our directors. And it costs a lot of money. If the rights and copyrights for those scripts have continued to increase, as well as needing the materials for the background and for those rights. And I think if you look at surrounding communities, not only in our conference, but also in the CIML, the Little Hawkeye Conference, part of Iowa, we are kind of at the low end. What I would propose is that we increase the ticket prices for our musical and then keep our play the same, just because a large portion of that funding goes to materials for the musical. We're doing Beauty and the Beast this spring, and the rights alone for that are very expensive. And so, just kind of keeping up with a program that has been very good and has achieved at a very high level and has some accolades, and also to get the use of our great auditorium that we have in sounding lighting, that would be my proposal to increase that admission price for the musical.
Brett, can you share if you'd like to have that?
Yeah, I would like for us to consider raising the musical to either 8 or 10. I would propose 10 for the fact that $8 is a little difficult to work with when you're doing ticketing and change and everything. If we were to move to fully online ticketing, which, for the arts, we're trying to do that, but also with the capacity issues that we've got, I would propose 10. That would put us in line with, some surrounding communities like Ogden, Johnston, and I feel like the product that we are going to provide would be worth that. So we would be at 10, the musical, and 5 play, and the entertainment value that's provided.
Questions, concerns from board members?
I have one question, I guess, maybe I missed it. Why just the musical side and not the play front?
The play is typically a smaller production. The last couple of years, we've done 2 smaller 1X. The costuming, the scripts for the musical are more expensive. The set design is more elaborate for a musical. Like, I believe last year we did a musical for Into the Woods, and it was a very elaborate show. So there's a lot more work and more pricing that goes into those musicals than for play, which are a little bit more actor style. than with the full environment and atmosphere that the musical provides.
Thank you.
And also our musicals are more heavily attended, or we have more of an audience for those musicals than we do for the play. In the past, I know musicals have been close to selling out and offering 3 nights, whereas the play, you know, it's not as heavily attended as our musicals are.
Any other comments, concerns?
Well, Brian, this is
Yes.
Pam. I concur with Mr. Collins. The quality of the entertainment is really outstanding for high school productions and well worth the $10 that you would pay.
Having seen several of them, I would concur with the musical has been very high quality, well done. I may have a couple bias for a couple of years there. So, okay, is there a motion on the table?
Move to approve increasing ticket prices as outlined by Mr. Collins.
I'll second.
Okay. So it's moved by Mr. Pritchard, seconded by Dr. Nystrom to, I believe the motion was to increase the musical price to $10 per ticket and leave the play ticket at $5. Any further discussion? Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. The motion passes unanimously. Next, the grand. Yes, thank you for all your efforts, Mr. Collins. Next is the Grandwood Sbrc administrative costs. Mr. Can you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, this is an application that gives us the authority and allows us to use special education dollars to pay for the administrative costs for Grandwood. This particular one is for $2,851.32. These are students that are served by Grandwood that are our students from the district. And I would recommend approval.
Okay, thank you very much. Questions and concerns from the board? Okay, I'll entertain a motion for approval of this application.
I move to approve the Sbrc fund.
Go.
Okay, so I believe it's been moved by Ms. Steben and seconded by Dr. Nystrom
Yes.
to approve the application for the Grandwood administrative cost of $2,851.32. Just for the public, I believe that Grandwood is a program school operated by the Woodward Granger School District that takes some of our more challenging special needs kids, and it's entertains students from across central Iowa. And they break down the cost of their administration is broken down on a pure pupil base, and each school district is billed appropriately for their share of the administrative cost. So, any further questions? Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay? Okay, motion passes unanimously. Next, we have the Academy Day School administrative costs.
This is a similar situation as the Grandwood, just for a different organization, Academy Day School. This is for the amount of $2,603.36. Again, this allows us to have the authority to use special education dollars to pay for administrative costs. And I would recommend approval.
This one is also operated at Woodward, except it's at associated with the Woodward, on the same property of the Woodward State Hospital, and is managed by a different organization. Okay, any questions, concerns?
I would just like to ask Julie, how many kids do we have going down to both programs right now?
I'm actually going to turn to Mitch because he might know better than I would because he gets the invoices, the actual numbers of students.
We have 3 going to day school, and I believe 1 in Grandwood.
Yeah.
I believe.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Any other questions, concerns? Otherwise, I will entertain a motion to approve the Academy Day School administrative costs.
I would motion to approve the Academy Day School admission cost.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Elfin. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Mr. Elfin and secondary by Mr. Pritchard to approve the Academy Daycare administrative cost of $2,603.36. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. The motion passes unanimously. Next is the RFP request for device carts. And I'm going to turn this over again to Ms. Strupa.
So if you recall, we purchased devices earlier this year and we didn't have carts to house them in. And so this is the RFP request that we put out to be able to purchase technology carts for the technology that we have. And so our recommendation would be that we approve the CWG bid for $38,166.20. The good news that we received today is that we are receiving more dollars from ESSER funds with the second round of ESSER funds, and so we'll be able to utilize those funds to pay for these carts.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, there was a big discrepancy between these bids. We were all bidding on the same thing, weren't they? Because I think one of the other bids was almost $70,000. So,
Yeah, they're all, it was apples to apples, so they were given the same information, and that's what bids came in.
okay, and Bog feels that these are of good quality, and he's happy with this.
That
bid
is
mix.
that we typically do work with as well, so yes. He's the one that, yeah, and he that was his preference as well.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you very much. Questions, concerns from board members?
I move to approve the bid from CDWG for $38,166.20 for technology carts.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, so moved by Ms. Stevens, seconded by Dr. Nystrom to approve the bid for CWG of $38,166.20 for the technology cards. Okay, any other questions? Otherwise, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, nay? Okay, that motion passes. Next is the Series 200 School Board Policies. And I believe this is the second reading of the 200 series.
Correct. So this is the second reading in the series. We have not made any changes from the first reading, as there were no recommended changes to be made. So we would recommend approval of the 200 series school board policies that reflected the changes in the documents.
Okay. Is there any further discussion, questions about any of these policies? Okay, hearing no further discussion, is there a motion for approval?
I'd move to approve the 200 series school board policies as written.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Moved by Mr. Pritchard, seconded by Dr. Nystrom to approve the 200 series school board policies. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, nay. The motion passes unanimously. Next is the 500 series of board policies. Ms. Strupa, can you enlighten us here?
So this 500 series does not include the entire 500 series. It only includes the policies that need to be amended as there's due to the recent revisions of Chapter 103 of the Iowa Administrative Code. Some of those changes in Chapter 103 to the Iowa Code require changes in our board policies related to the 500 series policies that are in your documents. And so those are simply reflecting the changes in the new law to Iowa Code.
Okay. Questions, concern from board members about these revisions, and I'm assuming that these are revisions that were sent by the Iowa School Board Association. Is
We are, yes, Iowa Association of School Boards, as well as Allers and Cooney recommendations are, the school attorneys also shared these recommended changes as well,
Okay, they were-
with the revisions that Iowa Association of School Boards made as well. So
we've had two different organizations look them over to make sure they're in compliance with the state law. Okay, thank you. Any other questions, concerns from any board members? Okay. Then I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the first reading of the revisions of the 500 series.
Ms. Pat, I move to accept the first reading of the 500 series board policies that were presented.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Ms. Stevens, seconded by Dr. Nystrom, to approve the changes in the 500 series board policies as presented. Questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, signify by nay. The motion once again passes unanimously. Next is the superintendent's report.
So I just wanted to give an update with regard to Apogee. Our goal was to be able to roll out our app and the new website as of second semester. We are on target for doing that. So we will be training our administrative team in ThrillShare, which is kind of the behind the scenes piece to the app and the website tomorrow. And we'll be finalizing some of those changes so that it can roll out the first day of second semester. So when that does occur, we will also be sharing out with all of our community members and parents and staff how to download the app. There will be an app available, whether you have an Apple device or otherwise. So it doesn't matter what your device is, there is an app that will be a boon toward our app. So we're excited about that it's on target for the timeline that we had hoped for. And then also just to make sure everyone is aware that we did share out some fact information with regard to the bond referendum that will take place on March 2nd to both our Twitter Times as well as to the Facebook page. We are asking our families and community members that may have questions to please put the questions into the Google form that was provided so that we can then share the FAQ that we are developing to answer the many questions that are undoubtedly out there about the bond referendum. So we encourage you to continue to share your questions with us so that we can be sure we're answering the questions regarding the bond referendum and any questions that people might have. So just wanted to make sure people knew that we are starting that process of being able to share out information and to keep posted because we have many items to share both through Twitter Times and through the app when we have it, as well as meetings that will be available for individuals to attend to also provide some dialogue as well. So just wanted to make sure people are aware that that did go out today and where you can put your questions so that we can make sure we answer them. We will still have a school website, but now all the communication will be available on your mobile device as well as on a computer. So if you don't have access to a computer, you can get it on your device. When we put out news articles, you'll get notifications very similar to what you might get if you are receiving notifications from Facebook or Twitter. Now you can sign up for notifications from the app to let you know when there's news from the school. And as parents, you can determine where you want that information to come from. If you only want information related to a particular building, or if you'd like it district-wide, you have control over the communication that comes to you. So that will be something that we will share out as we share how to download the app. We will also share how you can modify those notifications so that they can be individualized to everyone's individual needs.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions, concerns? Okay. I believe we have a meeting in 2 weeks' time. It'll be a work session. And refresh my memory as far as that. It usually deals with start planning for the 2021-2022 school year, and as far as staffing needs, and we had a couple of other topics.
Staffing was one of them, but I believe we were also discussing just the academic side and assessments, I believe, if I recall from the last meeting, that it'll be focused more on the academics of the district and sharing out from our administrative team kind of where we are and where we're headed with that.
And if people want more information about when that is going to be or what's going to be on that, go to our new app, which will be available next week. Okay, anything else for the good of the meeting tonight? For the good of the district? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Pritchard, secondary by Mr. Elfin, to adjourn this meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a good night.
Thanks, everybody. Short meeting tonight.